David thought he had it all.
Young guy, healthy,
Hi, Daddy.
beautiful family, good job. Philip.
Until one day, everything changed.
I started getting these phenomenal headaches.
Then came the close encounter with death.
They told me, and I just went numb.
He found a way to survive the nightmare, and it gave him a second chance to live his dream.
It's amazing how rich and full life can be.
Susan Spencer has the story and the music of a man reborn.
This has a way of standing life on its head, and it forces you to reshuffle every priority you ever thought you had and shake everything out and kind of start from scratch and say, what's important really?
At 32, David Bailey is pursuing his music career
Don't know what I'm supposed to find there.
as passionately as he once marketed computer software.
But look at my life before. Things that were important were prestige, title, salary. I mean, these are all things that I cared a lot about.
Until the summer of 1996.
I started getting these phenomenal headaches. I was popping Excedrin faster than I could breathe, and I literally spent the entire night in bed just doing this.
Holding his head and rocking in bed and banging his head on, just in so much pain, just irrational pain.
Panicked, his wife Leslie called 911,
As they tell me, I had a seizure on the way to the hospital.
and David ended up in the emergency room.
You don't remember that?
No.
I went into the room immediately, and we were able to get the seizure under control with medications. And I gave him a period of time to wake up, but he simply would not wake up.
Dr. William Reese says the problem was obvious.
His headaches must have been excruciating.
A brain tumor the size of a baseball.
They told me they were very gentle and very kind, and I just went numb.
Doctors removed all they could find of the tumor and discovered it was cancerous.
This kind of tumor starts in one place, and then it spreads out.
And it could come back at any time.
He's dead. I thought he's dead.
Young guy, healthy,
Hi, Daddy.
beautiful family, good job. Boom.
But as a young father of a 5 and a 3-year-old,
I gotta run. Give me a kiss.
boom wasn't something David Bailey was ready to accept. So the computer software marketer went to work.
I got on the internet and I started studying and researching.
On the web, he tracked down a page just on brain tumors.
It's the Bible in terms of chemotherapy clinical trials.
And he found the name of Dr. Henry Friedman,
So how are you today?
a brain tumor specialist at Duke University Medical Center.
Most people in the country believe that a patient with a brain tumor is dead the day they're diagnosed.
Not Friedman. You're a hard man to keep up with.
All the time.
He's a veritable fireball in his mission to cure
Go
patients.
this way. If we find out that it's tumor, we've got two possibilities for you. To tell a family that you've got a 20% or a 0% chance of being alive in 2 years, but this is what we're going to do, is unacceptable. It's crazy here.
His approach, aggressive.
You have to take care of the whole person and the whole family.
His style, unconventional. I don't see you walking around in a white coat.
Never.
Reason for that?
Yeah, I think it only distances me from people.
I want him on my team. I want somebody who's out there rattling the cages saying, we're going to save this guy.
So in the fall of 1996, Friedman and his team included David in a clinical trial to test a new oral form of chemotherapy
You're taking all of those things?
with remarkable results
We've not had anything that looks like active disease.
so far.
Is he then, by definition, cured?
No, he's just he's in remission. That'd be a better word. There certainly is a reasonable chance it will recur and he'll die.
And David says living with that reality
My sense of time has been massively adjusted.
changes you profoundly.
Okay, let's imagine that it is only going to be 1 year. Now, what am I going to do with a year?
The pager would go off constantly,
And how's it going to be a year that's fulfilling?
always taking business calls, always making business calls. We live differently now.
The first reality was that my job was not my life.
It's important to laugh.
I rediscovered the importance of my family and what they meant to me and what I needed to do with and for them. And I rediscovered my music, which I had let go for 10 years. It's almost like you get a fresh chance to start again.
When he sort of had this reawakening,
Those remain, take 3.
he remembered, this is who I really wanted to be. And this is who I really am. I'm a poet, I'm a writer, I'm a musician.
With that came fulfillment of a lifelong dream. Starting his own two-man band, not by chance.
It's not entertainment. It's really something different. Never saw a night so black. Never thought the sun would shine again. It's getting to the heart of things like dreams and faith and hope.
Is music therapy for you?
It is as important as medicine.
I think he has a lot to say, a lot to share, a lot to give. He'll never go back to what he was.
But David's tumor can return at any time.
Hi, Kelsey!
And so today, the Baileys are leaving their Northern Virginia home to return to Duke for a brain scan.
You're going to stay here for a couple days, and then Mom and Dad are going to go to see the doctor, and we'll be right back.
I'm nervous, you know,
Can I have a hug?
because I know that these things come back, and when they come back hard and nasty.
People have surgery and they go through the treatment and then they have a recurrence and 7 weeks later they're dead. I mean, that's how scary this is.
Look over this, please, and make sure it's the actual information.
Come on in. How many?
1,
How many?
3.
Because he's been on radiation, it's been impossible to do a full brain scan on David. Doctors, in other words, haven't actually seen what's going on inside his head for almost 4 months. Until now.
If you were to find evidence of a tumor, you would be extremely surprised.
No. I wouldn't be surprised, but I'd be very disappointed.
Here we are.
I am nervous. I'm not scared.
Are you Mr. Bailey?
Yes, I am. Our scan's always at 7 o'clock at night, and then we find out what's going on at 11 o'clock the next morning. That period of time is the longest period of time ever.
It will be a very long night.
There's nothing you can do to change the results, but those results can change your life.
David beats the odds,
Now it's party till tomorrow morning.
and I think he's going to beat this. It's raining. I need him, and our children need him, and I just really don't believe that he's going to die in a year.
My faith in God tells me that there's too many things that have happened to say how could you be brought this far just to have it all end.
The results of the scan
And you can't change anything by worrying about it. Absolutely not.
when 48 hours returns.
The worst news is they could say, it's grown, it's massive, you've got 3 months.
Seemingly against all odds, David Bailey is surviving, and in some ways even thriving, but he is by no means fooling himself. Here again is Susan Spencer with the Baileys, anxious to pass still another test.
Morning.
The Baileys are worried this morning,
How do you feel about going to the doctors today?
but they're trying not to show it.
Are you nervous?
No, I believe you're going to be all right. You have to be.
They're awaiting news that literally could mean life or death.
Here it is.
The results of the brain scan that David had last night.
The only choice is to go downstairs and find out what's going on.
Ready?
Yep.
That scan should tell him if his aggressive brain tumor has returned.
I'd like to hope for the best, but we prepare for the worst.
As a member of the Duke team, Tracy Kirby's been down this road before.
I can only tell you that
Status
if it's not the best, it's going to hurt a lot of people.
Finally,
Oh, my.
16 hours after the scan,
Everything looks very good, and the only thing that's a question at all is right here. There's a very small area on the periphery of where your first surgery was done that is a little thicker than we'd like it to be.
David's tumor could be coming back.
What we've done is we've scheduled a PET scan for this afternoon to see if this is tumor coming back or if this is an effect of the therapy.
There's a plan either way.
Okay?
Happy thoughts, positive thoughts.
That means another test,
Let's get some good news this afternoon.
Shall we?
Yep.
another agonizing 3-hour wait.
I just have lots of balls I'm juggling right now. I just want to let them hit the ground and be still for a moment.
Wow.
Who can climb mountains of faith and hope? I can. I will. After all, isn't that why we're all here? After all, love is stronger than a tear. After all, love is stronger than our fear. I'm always full of hope. I preach it and I believe it.
This time, results come quickly.
Is David coming in? Yeah.
Guys, David?
Drum roll.
This is the MR scan that shows the area of abnormality. This is the PET scan that we just did. What it's showing us is that that's necrosis and not tumor that we're seeing in that enhancement.
It's only scar tissue.
That's great. That's great.
And that means for now, Henry Friedman's treatment is working.
Got a little lease on life right now. Thanks, Doc.
Terrific.
Thanks. Thanks for hanging in there. I just look in their eyes and say thank you. It's
Good grip. You always had a good grip.
not bad for a day's work. I feel passionately about each of them and what they have done for my family and for me.
I'm so happy.
Am I happy? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But he has no illusions about the future.
Adios.
Glorious day, isn't it?
Yes. You can come back anytime, and I know that. Thank you, Duke. In the end, I have nothing to complain about.
Well, of course it is a sad day.
I'm healthy, my family.
When the parent outlives the child.
My life right now is so rich, richer than it has been since the day I was born.
Adding to that richness, his band's CD is out, and his music is flourishing.
When I'm told I must work out my own salvation.
If there's such a thing as leaving a legacy of what you believe and what you think and what you want your loved ones to remember and to think about, those are the kinds of things that are going through my head when I'm writing a song.
Gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome from Fredericksburg, Not by Chance.
David Bailey's goal today, stay healthy and share through music what he's learned about life.
Heaven is full of promises. Earth is full of circumstance. Somewhere in between is where love comes to us, not by chance.
After a year and 8 months, David Bailey is tumor-free.
In the case of David Bailey, the new drug therapy he tried was paid for by insurance. But that's not always so. Sometimes insurance companies don't cover clinical trials on grounds the therapy is unproven. By the way, David still works at his computer job from home. As for his music, his duo, Not by Chance, just signed a record deal with a small independent label.